let's finish this section that we started last time. So here we have all of our components to make this section work. Now we just have to align it in a proper way. If you hold Shift and click R on your keyboard, you will see these guidelines. We used these guidelines for our hero section. Now we don't really need some of them anymore, so I'm going to remove this one and this one. This one could stay, doesn't really affect what we are doing here. Uh, but let's continue working with our project here on the second section. Now you have these two grid lines on each side of the screen on the left and right. These will be our left and right edges. So we're not actually having any content overflowing like this. We're having everything being stuck to the top. Uh, Now the second thing that we need is we need some spacing from the top. What I mean by that is if we go right here and if I take this and put this right up to the edge, what you'll see here is that there is not enough white space, and this is not a proper web design principle here. There you always need white space so that your content doesn't feel cluttered. So we will do that, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually make this. I'm going to hold Alt on my keyboard, and you can see when I'm hovering over the top edge and the body here, it will show me how much space there is between the logo and the background. So I'm gonna go around 48 pixels, 48 a multiple of both 8 and 6. And looking at it, this seems too much, a bit excessive. So I'm gonna go around 36 maybe, or let's try 36. 36 again seems a bit too much. So let's just go 32 and see how it feels. This feels right to me. So I'm going to take a ruler from the top and I'm going to line it right here. So now this will be our top column. And since we have done this to the top column, we need to do the same thing for the bottom. So I'm going to take a ruler, but before that, let's actually align it properly at 32 pixels. Okay. So 32 pixels. So this will be our guidelines to work on this project. So everything should be within the constraints of this rectangle right here. So the way I wanted to do this is that the logo first has to be on the top left as it has been done here. So the logo, the idea is on scroll, initially the logo would look something like this. Then on scroll, it will just change into more of a minimal sort of logo, and it will adjust the background. So when we are on a green background, it would be taking this sort of color, the dark green. Uh, and the navbar won't really be sticky scrolling. It won't really show once we scroll. But I do want to have the logo, even though we won't really have much of the stuff here. The reason I want to have the logo is because I want to consciously remind the user of where they are and the brand. So that's the reason, and it's more branding and marketing purposes. So now you can see it's aligned properly. And the next part is this one, and again this one will do the same thing. We're going to take it to the top, and this time instead of the left, the right edge. Great. So now we can take these two, Shift A, and this will be the header. So the header for this section. Then I'm going to align it centrally. Now, when we do this, you can see that there is a bit more of an extra space between the top and these tags here, these tags. So that's fine as long as our reference element, which is this one here, as long as this has proper alignment. So everything else will be building on top of that, essentially. Now let's move on to these small texts here, and I think I really like the way we are doing stuff with the top edge on the left and right. So I want to do the same thing with the bottom edge. So just going to position it something like this. Uh, Now you can see here, if I put it something like this here, you can see that there is a bit of a space considering for or adjusting for the Y here. So I don't really want that. I want everything to be sitting on the line, and the Y could just overflow from it. Right. And actually, let's just take this one as well. Let's place it right here. Okay, on second thought, what I want to do is I want to take this and align it to the top so that everything will be aligned to the grid lines that we have set up instead of each other. Meaning we can take this, then we can take this, and here you can see there is some overflow here. That overflow coming from the S right here. It's fine. Currently it's fine. It doesn't really make so much of a difference. We want to make sure though that our text is sitting where it should be. So obviously the zeros overflow as well. So I want to align it to M and the plus here and let these curves just overflow a bit. Now I want to take these two, Shift A, and align it to the bottom. And when I do that, you can see there is excessive, it is being excessively pushed down here on the left side. So first let's rename this to, let's just call it the bottom part. And I want to raise this just a bit here. So something like this. I just raised the height to be 56 pixels here. And now I think it is correctly placed. Okay, so here we have this and this top part. What we need to do now is we need to center this. Now we don't really need any guidelines to show where is the center. We can just consider the whole screen and we can center it on the horizontal axis. But we need a way of centering it on the vertical axis. So I think we need, if we just get this out here. Okay, from here we have, okay, so from here it is 385. From here is 425, so maybe around here. We can actually take out a ruler, first of all, a line actually. So straight line. Is it straight actually? We can actually just, let's try to make it straight, something like this. And now from the top parts 344, from the bottom parts 466. So we want to go down a bit here. So 474, 376 again. So go down 402, 408, just a bit more, 405, 405. So this is the center point between these two reference points. So I'm just going to take a ruler and just place it on top of it. Next up, we can just remove the rulers and delete the vector here. Now we can take the headline back into the screen. So horizontally align it, and okay, I'm going to try to align it just like this, just central to this line. Then I'm going to take it and place it in the center here for horizontal alignments. And this is what we have. So I'm gonna remove everything here. And once we do that, you can see a very structured uh, section here with everything we need. And it looks very nice. I really like how it turned out. So at this point, everything is ready for this section. All that we have to do is work on our system just a bit. So first of all, I want to take everything here, the header, headline, bottom. So I want to take everything here, Shift A, I think, and it would give it a gap of 197-ish. So just take this, and let's call this section, let's actually call this a content, and let's group it with this background. And this section generally will be called the transition section. Here. So let's take it below the hero section. And I'm actually just following the visual, uh, just the visual stacking order when I'm using my layers. So from the navbar hero section and now the transition section. So next time I'm going to be working on the grid layout for our portfolio items. We're going to be showing most of our works in the next section. But for now, actually, let's work on our system. So I'm going to select this section. And if I go down, you can see I'm using the colors properly. But I would need to do some changes. I think most of the system that needs to be tracked is here. So yeah, let's take this. So here in the headline, there are so many parts. For example, this building part, it seems to have the proper font typography system. Also this incredible part, okay, this one seems to be mixed on some levels. So let's fix that. Okay, so we're gonna select everything here. Okay, select everything here. And can't we apply a different style to it? Okay, so we'll need this to Excel. Okay, it seems like the 2XL just changes its line height a bit. So let's actually create a new style. It's called 2XL regular. And its line heights should be compressed, extra compressed, X compressed, and letter spacing. I think it's compressed as well. I'm not, I don't remember how I'm actually labeling this. For example, here, no, okay, here maybe. It was 2XL full compact. For our new style though, it would be 2XL regular. This will be compact, but this will be compressed. Okay. Or we can actually call it compact as well. And I think this is the style that we want. Great. Now this part also I think is a bit different. So let's select it and create a new style for it. 2XL, instead of regular, this will be bold oblique. So bold, bold italic. We need in brackets. I'm gonna put italic. Then instead of full, again compact, compact. Now we can create the style. Now it seems to be tracked all the way throughout. Okay, great. Now we can move on to this part as well. Everything is tracked into our system. Now we just have to go back into the systems page and just make sure to include them. So duplicate this 2 times, I believe. And for this we'll do the full instead of full. Let's do compact and compact at Okay, actually it's not compact. It's around 96 pixels if I remember. So actually, this is interesting. So we should put this top, and I think this is fine. The full in this case will be 90%, but it doesn't make sense to call this compact, does it? So let's just edit this from compact to uh, around 96 pixels should be around the regular, right? So, but just below the regular. Uh, so instead of full, maybe you can call it medium. So do this for both instances. Okay. So now we have this to call it media. And for the second one as well, I'm going to call this media and 96 pixels. The difference here is that for the second one, it should be bold in braces, oblique, or actually italic. Okay, so now we can apply that. Let's apply this as well first. So this was correct. This one should be like this. Great. So we are building our text system here, our font system, our corner radius system, and our colors and patterns system. So as we keep going, it should grow up to some point, and after some point, it should just stagger, and we would have a complete system that we can just reuse and not really worry about it. So we're just going to be adding a couple of more in the future, but we're going to be adding a lot more components, hopefully. We're going to see how it works out. So I think that's all that we need to do for now, and I don't think anything's left in regards to this section. If you have any ideas of what should come next and any questions, anything you want to add, please feel free to comment it down below. But I think that's quite enough for today. Next time, we're going to be starting to work on the gallery for showing our portfolio items. Again, yeah, thanks for watching. See you next time.